Alright, if you have a Prier Mansfield style wall hydrant, frost free, outdoor faucet, hose bib, whatever you want to call it, and it leaks, looks like this, something like that, then you need to pull it apart. So what you need is adjustable wrench, a 3/8 socket, hex preferably, not multi-point, and optional 7/8 socket. Okay, so turn off your water, turn this all the way on, it should be a hex. It's a slotted flat blade screwdriver, but if it's rust 10, 20, 30 years go by and this thing's rusted pretty solid, then you want to use this thing. I've already loosened this up, and so you get that loosened up, take it out, hex head with a slot. Don't use the slot because you'll strip it out if it's really rusted. Alright, and you just might need to bang on this a little bit, but it will come off. You have a nylon nut there. And for the nut, you take your adjustable wrench, set for about 7/8, and you loosen it up. Okay, and then optional, you can either continue using that, use your 7/8 socket, unscrew it. It'll take a little bit more than this. I loosened this up. So now you've got your long stem, frost free, very long. Keep it turned nylon nut up, or this thing will fall apart. You'll lose all this stuff, which doesn't matter because you'll probably replace it anyways. So I'm going to take this inside and show you how to fix it. Alright, so what I have in front of me are two of these kits. They run 20 bucks a piece. You can also find, this is a 630 7755 part number. If you get, I think it's an 8500, comes with the knob. This costs 20 bucks. With the knob costs 26 bucks. I noticed at the hardware store, if you get the knob separately, that's 10 bucks. I would say you don't need the knob unless yours is really cracked or broken or something. Don't worry about it. Don't replace it just because it's old. Only replace it because it's bad. So here's the stem. Frost-free stem. And now let me show you this. On the back of this, they have instructions. They have different models. Okay, and the kit comes with more parts than you need, as usual. And it comes with this yellow one, which is a clockwise. It's a reverse thread. Okay, so if you have a yellow one with a tighten, loosen arrows, you won't see it on camera, but it has arrows on it, says tighten, loosen. It's a reverse thread. Standard counterclockwise loosen. Clockwise tighten is this white one, which is what I have. It has the conical inside here. And it comes with a cone. This cone piece, it's the number 2 packing cone. That's what it comes, when you take it apart, you'll probably find this number 2 packing cone in here, which can be part of the problem. So I have 2 faucets, one in front, one in back, which is why I bought 2 kits and have all these leftover parts plus all my old parts. So the first thing to check is the stem, which is spring-loaded. Alright, if the spring is bad or rusted, this thing just goes plop, and you turn it over and it goes plop back down, and you'll have to buy a new stem. Go to their website. You have to measure the length properly and get the right stem. Okay, but what you'll see on this end, and this is the end, if this is bad, it leaks. You can't shut it off. It will leak when you shut it off. If this end is bad, wherever it is, then it will leak when you turn it on. It leaks through the handle or through that clean out relief valve that's sitting on top, that gray cap. So this is leaks after you turn it on and can't turn it off, especially if this is frozen. This could, when I first took this out, it was like this. I'm taking it out again because it's still leaking. I'll show you why. I learned on my front faucet why. Okay, so you have, it's a little hard to do in one hand. Trying to find it. There it is. Okay, so what you have is, trying to get it close up here. It's hard to see. They have a diagram on the, it gives you a kind of a parts diagram. It can be a little bit confusing. But the other thing you need is a Phillips. So let me stop for a second. Okay, so the end of this, wherever it may be, is a Phillips head brass screw. And just, God darn, this is bad. People do this. So you put your screwdriver on there and unscrew it. What you'll end up with is there's there's an O-ring on here. It may not look like an O-ring if it's been on there for years and been crushed out. It may look like some kind of flat washer. But it's not, it's an O-ring. O-ring. And you'll have a flat washer. This one right here is very thin flat washer. And then you'll have the metal cup and the next washer that goes in the cup, and then the screw. So it's screw head against the rubber. So this goes in here like this. So it's like that. Yeah, it is two pieces. It may not seem like it's been on there for a while, but if you put it on like this, where the screw head is against the brass, that's wrong. It'll never seal, and you may screw up your seat way back in the valve. So it goes screw head against the rubber, and all these parts, this kit comes with all these parts. So the worst of it is trying to get this O-ring off of here. I used a bobby pin, safety pin. I'm not going to show you how to do it because I don't want to screw this up. But you can just, get in there with a safety pin or maybe a box knife and cut it off. As long as you make sure you have all your parts, and don't buy one that's got tape on it or a little hole in it that somebody's stolen parts out of it. So the other thing you have to do is, first thing you do is put this flat wash. First thing is make sure this thing is loose, right? And it may not be. It may be stuck, which means you need to get some WD-40 or some Teflon spray and get it in there. And you may need to bang on it with a wrench gently, break it loose. And as long as your spring is good, just put some lubrication in there so it doesn't stick anymore. That's very critical. And then just take your new parts and put it back together. One thing is, when you put this flat washer on here, is make sure you get it on there. Don't just set it on there, because it will, you will stand this up, right, in order to get that flat washer on there. And if you don't push it down around the seat, it could slip sideways one way or the other. And then when you screw it down, you're gonna cut into it and you're gonna screw it up. So make sure that you get that flat washer on there properly. Okay, so with new parts, it's not going to matter which way this rubber washer goes inside the cup. It's not directional, so just put it in there. And what I do is I put the nut in about halfway to hold kind of hold things together, but I need to get my fingers on the screw head. So, and yeah, nice plants, huh? Fruits. So you get that thing on there, you can get it down seated. Use your fingernail, press it down. Yeah, I'm not gonna, this is difficult, but gotta get that, okay, so I got that on there. Somewhere, I got the screw and the screw head toward the rubber. Let's see. And you screw it down, and this thing will rotate. As far as I know, this spring, this part does not come apart. This can't get to the spring. So you have to hold this and then tighten your new brass screw. And when you tighten that up, tighten it enough that you get just a little bit of bulging on that top washer. Just a little bit, you know. You don't be a ham-fisted primitive Pete and push that way down. Just so it bulges a little bit and it's there. And of course this is lubricated, still works. So this is what you fix if it won't turn off. So now we'll go to the other end where you have this guy. You have I can't do this one-handed. Right. This is a number 13 O-ring. They come in the kit. And this plastic comes in the kit as well. Now here's the thing. Initially I went out because the kit doesn't come with a number 2 packing washer, cone washer. So I went out and bought one. It worked fine for the back faucet. For the life of me, I couldn't get it to work on the front faucet. What they give you is this. And you notice on the box, back of the box, right there, right here, it says, oh, use that washer. So you put this on there, kaboom, look at that, it fits. So that's the one you use instead of the cone. What's supposed to happen is when you tighten that thing down, it compresses into this conical surface, and it seals it a lot better. That's the only thing that worked on my front faucet, is forget the cone washers. So that's why I'm redoing this one. As far as this washer goes, it just roll it off, kind of get your fingernails or whatever underneath there, roll it off. The new one, the new washer, will just push it around, shove it over, roll it on. It'll go on. Unlike this O-ring back here, which is really difficult to get off. It'll go on the same way. You just kind of push it with this off, of course, with just the stem. You just roll that O-ring over, and it'll seat where it's supposed to just fine. So what you do, you put it in, where are we at? So you get a new metal washer that goes on first, and you put your new cylindrical washer on there. It'll probably fit tighter than that. Also, of course, these get old, they get You know, these things get old, they get dried out, your O-rings go bad. And then put this on there. Put your plastic on there. Cone nut, plastic nut on, goes on. And that's it. And hold it like this when if you're doing this outside or whatever, you got to be careful because this stuff will just fall right off and you'll lose it. You know, in your grass or rolling down the driveway, whatever. So I'm gonna walk outdoors holding it like this. Spring is working. Blah blah blah. I got it together. We'll go do it. Okay, here we are outside once more, and just take this thing in hand, wiggle and twist. It should slide right in, and just hand thread it. Don't get it cross threaded. That'd be nasty. And it's gonna tighten up kind of quick. That's why I have the 7/8 socket. Just to kind of get hand tight. But that new style washer, that cylindrical washer, it's, you know, see, this isn't even going in there. It's tightening up pretty quick. You gotta go to the wrench. You could use a 7/8 box wrench. I don't know if, oh, I know where I have one now. I couldn't find it. Now I know where it is. I just remembered. Anyways, keep tightening this thing up. It's gonna be tough. Yeah. You can still use your old, oh shit. There you go. Oh, I know what it was. It was, you know, if you screw something up, if you buy a pack, you'll have to. There's nothing really wrong with your old one. Let's just strip it out, or strip this one out. You don't want any gap in here. No gap in there. Because that cylindrical washer needs to crush into this guy. And you need it in deep enough that your spring valve works. So just keep going. You know, you'll know. Again, don't be a ham-fisted primitive Pete, but just, you know, see, it's flush. Let's see, I gotta look over this. So get that on there. Okay, hang on. Doing this stuff while holding the phone is not easy. And you just put the knob back on. It will probably be in the closed mode. No, it's not. So you want to close it. Open, open, close. All right. Close it. And then I don't use the new one because it's a Phillips. I don't even think it has the same thread. Just, I would take some steel wool, or if you have a bead blaster or something, clean this up a little bit at least. After all those years, let's put it back in. Again, sorry about the jittery camera. I gotta move around and get stuff. 3/8 wrench. If I had two hands, I'd be able to hold that. Alright, come on. Now it's shut off so you can turn it. You know, again, those yellow ones, everything's opposite. And what I didn't show you was they do have different parts, different cups, different conical cups, smaller washers, bigger washers. So you got to look at the back of that box and find out, you know, which model you have, what years, what sequence of years you may have. That should do it. All right, one more time. So there it is, all reinstalled. Turn it on. These things leak a little bit, but There's no water coming out. This is a, I don't know, relief valve. It just unscrews. You can check it, make sure it's clean. It might be a clean out valve. Pressure relief, air. So it runs out. Doesn't tighten all the way, just like that. Then turn it off. And there it is. Alright. So hopefully that helps. Bye-bye.